Uh-oh, Candace Parker. You've upset the Reese's Pieces and they're not happy about it. They're going to be coming after you any second. Oh, they're already coming after you. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Candace Parker asked to put certain players in a tier list. You have the S tier, you have the A tier, you have the B tier, and you have the C tier. And where Candace Parker put Angel Reese on this list and her explanation about it, it has upset a large number of the Reese's Pieces.
What do you get when Angel Reese fans completely lose control? Candace Parker gets criticized for simply existing, and Chindy Carter starts acting like a mix of elite hooper and online instigator. Pure chaos. Things are spiraling fast for the Chicago Sky. Frustration is boiling over. Fans are heated. And Carter's out here putting on a show like it's stand-up night instead of a Wnba game. This isn't just sports drama anymore. It's turning into full-blown reality TV with a basketball twist. Let's break it all down before someone else hits send on another wild post.
You had comments on Angel Reese and it went viral. People were saying, oh, you're an Angel Reese hater.
They asked me my opinion on player tiers, and my thing is then if you bring something to the argument, bring something else. Can she get to player A or player S or whatever? Yes, she can. Yes. Right now, I don't know if she's alongside those players in B's, and you're measuring her against players that have been in the league for years.
Right.
And so I think that, you know, I've faced it on the men's side when people attack you for what you look like or who you are. That's usually not coming with a solid argument.
Candace Parker spoke up and said exactly what needed to be said, and that alone was enough to set everything off. The reaction? Instant meltdown from Angel Reese fans, like someone struck a match in a room drenched in hairspray. The moment Parker shared her opinion, the Reese fanbase went into full DEFCON 1, responding as if she had personally attacked them on every level. But here's the twist. Candace wasn't wrong. Her only real mistake was daring to say out loud what many others were already thinking, but didn't have the nerve to say.
Wally, we always know she's a matchup nightmare.
Oh.
Paige Beckers, I can't put her above
we put Enrique in the B tier? Come on. Enrique is like a D tier player. Enrique is a shot chucker. She can barely shoot 35% from the field most games. But go on, Candace, but go on.
Sabrina's and the KPs and the Caitlin Clark.
Paige B tier.
But I can put her at that B level.
Okay.
The more Enrique and her play together,
right.
the better they're going to make one another. Cameron Brink, I think, is, the unknown. So I put Cameron Brink on the C level, I think, just in terms.
And that quiet part? It's the idea that Angel Reese isn't exactly the next Lisa Leslie, no matter how much hype or media polish gets thrown on top. That's not even meant as shade. It's just what the numbers and on-court performance are showing. At a certain point, it becomes harder to keep up the illusion when the struggles, like inconsistent free throw shooting, are right there for everyone to see.
Oh, fix it, Candace, fix it. I'm calling on you because I got confidence. You're one of my favorite players of all time. And I talk about you in all of the different conversations if you go and look at the network yourself. So I just hope that you, Candace Parker, fix what you said, what you did. You know what you did when you did, how you did it. Fix it, Candace, because Angel Reese is top tier.
But the moment you actually say that out loud, suddenly it gets twisted into something else, like you're attacking or coming from a place of jealousy. Jealous? Of what, exactly? Of a system that seemed carefully built to maximize Angel Reese's numbers, where the double-doubles looked less like pure dominance and more like the result of specific schemes, team adjustments, and a roster fully committed to feeding that production. At times, it felt like everything was structured to keep that stat line rolling, almost as if the entire setup revolved around maintaining the narrative rather than letting it develop naturally.
I just think that it's like comparing apples and oranges. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
at least
they don't play the same position.
They like doing the Magic and the Bird comparison. Well, they played similar positions. Like Bird, he played the guard position. Like they at least kind of match up. This, what are we doing? I'm not falling into that. I'm not into the comparison. I think that there are a number of things that Angel can improve on, will improve on in the situation she's in. And I think Caitlin Clark has done that even in her first year in terms of, being able to be that floor general. Her and Aaliyah Boston's connection has really improved. And I think the thing about Caitlin, yes, she can shoot from the logo, but she makes her team.
Let's stick to facts instead of emotions. If Angel Reese hadn't been handled so carefully during her rookie season, with structure rotations and a system designed to maximize her output, her numbers might have looked a lot different. Yet the narrative keeps pushing the idea that it's all raw dominance, when in reality, much of it has been amplified by presentation, social media, and post-game spotlight moments. It's starting to feel less like pure on-court impact and more like a curated image, and people are beginning to notice. Now, the real reason Candace Parker caught so much heat? It's not just about Reese. It's because her comments reflected something bigger, a fan culture that sometimes confuses attitude and online presence with actual basketball fundamentals. At this point, Reese is becoming as much of a brand as she is a player. And when the branding starts to overshadow production, that's when the conversation shifts. But then there's the other side of this, Caitlin Clark. While Parker may have had a point in one area, her take on Clark doesn't really hold up. Clark isn't just playing well, she's dominating at a different level. The same defenders who were supposed to slow her down have struggled to contain her. She's not just breaking defenses, she's forcing them into survival mode. There's a reason teams guard her full court almost every possession. Give her even a sliver of space, and she capitalizes instantly. That kind of pressure changes how entire defenses operate. And yes, players like Reese have been caught in that matchup too, highlighting the gap between hype, expectation, and what's actually happening on the court.
Comes from is that Candace Parker made a tier list and put, of all the top players in the WNBA, where, by the way, every single player, or like all the players on this list, were good. So there's no bad players. It's like if you had a tier list where you only had the top 10 players in the world, you would have a top 10 player in the world in D tier. Like, it is what it is. And basically, first of all, the Angel Reese fans attacked her because she basically said what is correct. Angel Reese is a fantastic third option.
And yet, the same voices yelling "protect black women" are the first to come after Candace Parker the second she shares an opinion they don't agree with. The contradiction is hard to ignore. It practically speaks for itself. But now, let's talk about the real standout in all this chaos, Chindy Carter. While Angel Reese's fanbase was busy venting online and Parker was delivering high-level basketball insight, Carter was moving differently, blending her on-court performance with just enough edge to keep everyone watching.
Game is just as important as dropping a 40-point game. Because let's be clear, even I'm sure if you realistically on the WNBA streets, and it's on Twitter or it's on Threads, whichever one you prefer, or maybe you are on both, and I'm sure if you are on both, by now you'd have probably seen a video going viral of Candace Parker sitting here saying she felt like Angel Reese is a C-level player. Basically sitting here saying she's a role player because she couldn't be the first or second option on no team. And she just said she's a great offensive player. And let's be clear, I do think, I feel that what she said about Angel Reese is the same thing I feel about when I hear people was comparing Angel Reese to...
While Chindy Carter stirred things up online and Candace Parker kept it real with her analysis, the spotlight stayed on Angel Reese, and not always for the right reasons. Critics argue that despite the hype, her performance hasn't consistently matched expectations, pointing to issues like turnovers, limited offensive versatility, and struggles in clutch moments. Meanwhile, players like Caitlin Clark are raising the bar with high-level execution and composure under pressure. The debate isn't about hate, it's about accountability. At the pro level, reputation means nothing without results, and if the production doesn't match the spotlight, the narrative will eventually shift.